Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Brian Jorgi Petrosaleh and my registration number is A1M2 18049. And here we go again in another semester of grammar, which is the advanced grammar. And today we are only going to talk about some of its material, which is the conditional sentences. What is a conditional sentences? But first, let us remapping our discussion today. First, we're going to talk about its definition, then we're going to talk about its functions and also its types, some of its types. First, the definition. First things first. Well, what it is, conditional sentences. Well, basically, conditional sentences are a sentence that describes a whole situation that will occur or might occur if a previous conditions were or not being fulfilled. So, to put it in a simple way, if a certain conditions were fulfilled, then a certain occurrence will happen. And it is also a vice versa. If that condition does not occur, then the conditions, then the occurrence will not happen. So it is like cause and effect, to be more precise. Based on those definitions, conditional sentences are divided into at least 4 subcategories, which is from type 0, type 1, type 2, and type 3. But we're only going to talk about 2 types in this discussion, which is type 0 and type 1 of conditional sentences with if. So pay attention, because conditional sentences doesn't always need to have if, but a sentence with if will always be a conditional sentences. So that is one of the key points in this discussion. We're only going to talk about conditional sentences with if and its 2 types of those conditional sentences. First is the type 0. Type 0, or sometimes also referred as zero conditional, isn't stating a possibility, but stating facts, stating truth and habits. So, like, for example, if you put ice in your water, then if you put ice in your water, it melts. Now, that is a fact, and we don't argue with that. It's not a possibility, it will happen. That's why that is the type 0. It doesn't represent possibility of an outcome, it represents the facts, habits, or truths. That is the first type. And remember, before we get into our discussions too much, you need to understand that conditional sentence with if has its own structure. You can the if can be put in the middle or in the first in a sentence. Like, if I get money, I will buy things. If are in the first in its positions, but you can also switch that to be in the middle. So I will buy things if I find money. And let's go back to our discussions. Type 0 of a conditional sentence with if, represented by simple present if and then simple present again. Or you can also change the structure into if, simple present, comma, simple present. Now, you can put your if in the first line, in the first position, only by adding a comma in the middle. But if the if is in the middle, then you don't have to add any comma in that sentence. Okay, let's move on. I hope that's clear for the first type, which is the zero type zero conditional type. And then the type 1 of sentences, of conditional sentences, is actually stating a possibility of an event. So it's talking about a possibility which might going to happen if that conditions were fulfilled. So if, for example, if I get sick, I will go to the doctor. So we are talking about if the possibility of me getting sick. If I get sick, then I will probably go to the doctor. But if I don't get sick, then I won't go to the doctor. So it's a possibility that we're talking about in the first type of conditional sentences. So what is the structure, you ask? Then the structure is if you want to put your if in the first position, then if, then simple present, and then simple future. That is the first type. If I go to the if I get sick, then I will go to the doctor. If I get sick, comma, I will go to the doctor. That is the first type. And I think that's all I can explain about the conditional sentence, which is the type 0 and type 1 of conditional sentence with if. Lebih dan kurangnya mohon dimaafkan. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anissa Legina Rabiatu and my register number is A1M2Y9083. I will continue, my friends, and I will explain about conditional sentence with if type 2. Second conditional or type 2, we use the second conditional to speak about a hypothetical situation or outcome resulting from the condition. Unlike the first conditional, we use the second conditional to talk about things that cannot or are unlikely to happen. Jadi, di type kedua ini berbicara tentang situasi atau kondisi yang dihasilkan dari kondisi tersebut. Dan hasil dari situasi ini mungkin tidak dapat terjadi atau hanya sedikit kemungkinan untuk terjadi. Karena kondisi yang tidak terpenuhi di masa sekarang atau kondisi yang sulit dipenuhi di masa yang akan datang. To create the second conditional, we use the participle tense after the if clause, followed by words plus the bar infinitive for the result of the condition. In addition to words or which we use to describe something we would definitely do, we can also use could for what we would be able to do, as well as might for what it is possible or but likely we would do. Jadi, di type kedua ini atau di tipe kedua ini ada 3 kata yang harus digunakan, yaitu words, could, and might. Selain words yang dapat digunakan, 3 kata ini memiliki fungsinya masing-masing, seperti words yang digunakan untuk mendeskripsikan sesuatu yang pasti akan kita lakukan. Could digunakan untuk apa yang bisa kita lakukan, serta might untuk apa yang mungkin tapi tidak mungkin akan kita lakukan. Okay, next. Di sini saya akan menjelaskan 3 type kedua yang digunakan dalam kalimat positif, sentence, negative sentence, and interrogative sentence. First, positive sentence. Example, if I went to London, I would visit Trafalgar Square. Yang artinya, jika saya pergi ke London, saya akan mengunjungi Trafalgar Square. Kata tersebut di sini menggunakan kata waltz yang artinya sesuatu yang pasti saya akan lakukan, tetapi ada kemungkinan juga tidak bisa saya lakukan. Yang kedua, saya menggunakan quotes. Example-nya, if I won the lottery, I could buy a new house. Yang artinya, jika saya memenangkan lotre, saya bisa membeli rumah baru. Kalimat tersebut ini mengandung kata yang apa yang bisa kita lakukan, atau jika saya memenang lotre, pasti saya bisa membeli rumah baru. Yang ketiga, if I was older, I might stay up all night long. Yang artinya, jika saya dulu lebih tua, saya mungkin begadang sepanjang malam. Kalimat ini mengandung arti dan menggunakan kata might yang artinya di sini apa yang mungkin tapi tidak mungkin dilakukan. Next, example kedua yaitu negative sentence. First example, if our father didn't work so hard, we wouldn't be able to afford this house. Yang artinya, jika ayah kami tidak bekerja terlalu keras, kami tidak akan mampu membeli rumah ini. Ini menggunakan kata negative sentence yang ada yang menggunakan kata not, ya, yang menggunakan kata not atau penolakan atau negatif, yang artinya di sini jika ayah kami tidak bekerja terlalu keras, kami tidak akan mampu membeli rumah ini. Contoh yang kedua ada if I didn't live in London, I could never speak English so well. Yang artinya, jika saya tidak tinggal di London, saya tidak akan pernah bisa berbahasa Inggris dengan baik. Okay, next. And last, interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence di sini adalah kalimat yang menggunakan tanda tanya. Seperti, for example, what will you do if your family was so wealthy? Yang artinya, apa yang akan Anda lakukan jika keluarga Anda tidak begitu kaya? And next, kedua, where might you go if you won the lottery? Yang artinya, kemana Anda akan pergi jika Anda memenangkan lotre? Yang bisa saya jelaskan tentang type kedua. Attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baik, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Muhammad Abdul Rahman and my registration number is A1M219049. Jadi pada kesempatan kali ini kita akan membahas tentang conditional sentence atau biasa juga dikenal sebagai if clause. Ada beberapa jenis if clause atau conditional sentence, yaitu conditional sentence type 0, conditional sentence type 1, type 2, and type 3. Pada kesempatan kali ini kita akan fokus ke conditional sentence type 3. Jadi conditional sentence type 3 ini kita akan membahas sesuatu yang tidak terjadi di masa lampau. Conditional sentence type 3 is a conditional sentence when a condition cannot possibly be realized at all. Jadi dapat dikatakan bahwa conditional sentence type 3 ini merupakan sebuah kalimat penyesalan. Oke. Mari kita berpindah ke contoh. Oke, pada contoh pertama yaitu if I had studied hard, I would have passed the exam. Jika saya telah belajar dengan sungguh-sungguh, maka saya akan lulus ujian. Tetapi kenyataannya, in fact, saya tidak belajar dengan sungguh-sungguh dan saya tidak lulus ujian. Baik, kemudian kita akan menganalisis struktur pada kalimat ini. Pattern pada type 3 ini yaitu if plus past perfect tense, subject plus would plus have plus verb 3, kata kerja bentuk ketiga atau past participle. Oke. Fakta pada conditional sentence tipe 3 ini menggunakan simple past tense. Ini adalah pattern conditional sentence type 3 untuk menyatakan sebuah penyesalan. Oke, kita lanjut ke contoh kalimat yang kedua. If you had known her well, you wouldn't let her down. Jika kamu sudah mengenal dia sebelumnya dengan baik, maka kamu tidak akan pernah mengecewakan dia. Buktinya, kamu tidak mengenal dia dengan baik dan kamu telah mengecewakan dia. Baik, itu dia penjelasan singkat untuk membuat conditional sentence type 3, yaitu penyesalan. Sekian, terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mawana Dan Syabidin and my register number is A1M21993. Oke, pada kali ini saya akan menjelaskan tentang conditional sentence without if. Jadi conditional sentence without if itu dibagi menjadi dua, yaitu yang menggunakan inversion dan menggunakan conjunction. Namun kali ini saya akan menjelaskan conditional tenses without if yang menggunakan inversion tipe 1. Di sini sudah ada rumus ya, bisa kita lihat pada gambar tersebut ada dua rumus conditional tenses without if tipe 1. Pertama itu normal pattern, yang kedua yang inversion pattern. Jadi perbedaannya itu terletak pada kalimat kata depan, yaitu jika menggunakan normal maka depannya itu menggunakan kata if, sementara untuk yang inversion itu menggunakan kata should. Lalu perbedaan keduanya itu adalah jika menggunakan normal maka kita menggunakan kata to be, sementara jika menggunakan inversion kita hanya menggunakan be, bukan to be. Itulah dua perbedaan dari rumus normal pattern dan inversion pattern. Di sini sudah ada dua contoh. Yang pertama yang normal, yang kedua yang inversion. Yang normal itu yang if you study hard, you will pass the exam with flying colors. Sementara yang inversion itu menggunakan should, yaitu should you study hard, you will pass the exam with flying colors. Itulah hasil presentasi dari saya tentang conditional sentence. Lebih dan kurangnya mohon dimaafkan. Saya akhiri dengan ucapan billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello everyone, my name is Genoveva Kristianija. In this opportunity, I would like to present conditional sentence without if. Before I explain type 2 and 3, first, I'll explain to you inversion. Intervention sentence is sentence which the subject and predicate order is different from subject sentence. In the intervention sentence, predicate is positioned before subject. Conditional sentence with intervention dianggap lebih formal dibandingkan conditional sentence biasa. Yang harus diingat,
Pada contoh yang dipaparkan ialah is intended for normal if closure pattern and infer is intended for inversion pattern. Okay, I'll explain about type 2 is impossible to happen now or inversion type 2 where plus subject. Normal pattern if plus s verb to or where plus object or complement, comma, subject plus would plus verb to or be. And inversion pattern is where plus s plus subject plus complement, comma, subject plus would plus verb 1 or be. Example, normal pattern, if I were you, I will go home now. Second, if my teacher English were absent today, I would stay at library. Inversion pattern, where are you, I would go home now. Second, where are my English absent? Where my English teacher absent today, I will stay at library. Okay, next. Type 3, impossible to happen in the past, or inversion type 3, had plus subject. Normal pattern, if plus s plus had plus verb 3 or been, comma, subject would have plus verb 3 or been. Inversion pattern, had plus subject plus verb 3 or been, comma, subject would have plus verb 3 or been. Jika kata if berada di depan, maka perlu diperhatikan koma berada di tengah kalimat. Tapi jika kata if berada di belakang, maka tanda koma tidak perlu digunakan. Example, normal pattern. First, if I had studied here last week, I would have met her. Second, if you had not been absent yesterday, your teacher would not have been angry with you. Example, inversion pattern. First, I had studied here last week, I would have met her. Second, had you not been absent yesterday, your teacher would not have been angry with you. Okay, this all my explain. I hope you enjoy.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Narbiande. Saya akan menjelaskan tentang subjunctive atau kalimat yang mengungkapkan sebuah pengharapan akan suatu hal. Subjunctive terbagi menjadi 3 macam, yaitu future subjunctive, present subjunctive, dan past subjunctive. Adapun kata kunci yang menandakan subjunctive atau kalimat pengharapan ada 5, yaitu wish, as if, as though, rather, dan yang terakhir adalah if only. Adapun yang akan saya jelaskan di sini adalah subjunctive dengan menggunakan wish dan if only. Untuk future subjunctive, rumus yang digunakan yaitu wish, if only, that, as, would, could, verb 1. Sementara rumus yang digunakan untuk mengungkapkan fakta yang sebenarnya terjadi untuk future subjunctive ini adalah rumus dari simple future tense, yaitu as, will not, cannot, verb 1, be, atau rumus ini. Contohnya, I wish that I could come to your show tomorrow. Faktanya, I cannot come. If only she will cook food for me. Faktanya, she will not cook. Dari contoh ini, jelas terlihat bahwa kalimat future subjunctive menggunakan verb 1 setelah cook sebagai penanda dari future itu sendiri, sesuai dengan rumus yang sudah disebutkan sebelumnya, yaitu come pada contoh pertama dan cook pada contoh kedua. Dan fakta yang sebenarnya terjadi diungkapkan menggunakan rumus simple future tense, yaitu I can not come pada contoh pertama dan she will not cook pada contoh kedua. Untuk present subjunctive, rumus yang digunakan yaitu wish, if only, as, were, verb to. Sementara rumus yang digunakan untuk mengungkapkan fakta yang sebenarnya terjadi untuk present subjunctive ini adalah rumus dari simple present tense, yaitu as, do, does, to be, not. Contohnya, I wish I knew what to bring. Faktanya, I don't know what to bring. If only I do my homework, I cannot sleep. Faktanya, I don't do my homework. Dari contoh ini, jelas terlihat bahwa kalimat future subjunctive menggunakan verb to setelah subjek sesuai dengan rumus yang sudah disebutkan sebelumnya, yaitu knew pada contoh pertama dan did pada contoh kedua, dan fakta yang sebenarnya terjadi diungkapkan menggunakan rumus simple present tense, yaitu I do not know what to bring pada contoh pertama dan I have homework pada contoh kedua. Untuk past subjunctive, rumus yang digunakan yaitu wish, if only, as, had, been. Sementara rumus yang digunakan untuk mengungkapkan fakta yang sebenarnya terjadi untuk present subjunctive ini adalah rumus dari simple past tense, yaitu as, verb to, object, complement. Contohnya, I wish I had worked harder when I was at office. Faktanya, I did not work hard. If only I had revised my script, I would have finished it sooner. Faktanya, I did not revise my script. Dari contoh ini, jelas terlihat bahwa kalimat past subjunctive menggunakan had setelah s sesuai dengan rumus yang sudah disebutkan sebelumnya, yaitu dan fakta yang sebenarnya terjadi diungkapkan menggunakan rumus simple past tense, yaitu I did not work hard pada contoh pertama dan I did not revise my script pada contoh kedua. Saya kira itu saja. Sekian dan terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning everybody. My name is Nadine Derestu and my official number is A1M219-13. Here I will explain and continue the discussion of material about conditional sentence without if, namely subjunctive would rather or would sooner, and as if or as though. Okay, let's start now. As we know, we can also suppose something without using if clause. However, this presupposition can only be used for type 2 and 3 only. This kind of presupposition is called subjunctive. So, this conditional sentence is a supposition that is impossible because what is assumed is contrary to the present reality or has happened in the past. The words used in the subjunctive are if only, wish, would rather, and as if or as though. But here I will only discuss would rather and as if or as though. The first one is would rather or would sooner. Subjunctive would rather or present unreal. We use this subjunctive to express a choice that we wish other people would make now, but in reality, it is not the case. The formula is subject plus would rather plus subject plus verb to or were, and the pattern for the fact is subject plus do not or does not or is are not. Just like if clause, this type of subjunctive also has facts. The subjunctive fact is written in simple present tense and contradicts the subjuncture. If subjunctive are written in positive sentence, the facts are written in negative sentence, and vice versa. To be used in the subjunctive is only to be were, it never to be was. For example, I'd rather he spend his time with me at home, and the fact is, he doesn't spend his time with me at home. Another example is, Sally would rather he told the truth, and in fact, he doesn't tell the truth. So, this conditional sentence is a supposition that is impossible because what is presupposed is contrary to reality. Okay, next is subjunctive would rather past unreal. We use the subjunctive to express a choice we hope other people had made in the past, but which turned out to be not the case. Pay attention to this sentence pattern. Subject plus would rather plus subject plus had plus verb 3 or had plus been. And the pattern for the fact is subject plus did not plus verb 1 or was were not. For example, I would rather this bad condition had never happened to me. And the fact is, this bad condition happened to me. Another example, you would rather I had finished your essay. In fact, I didn't finish your essay. This subjunctive fact is written in simple past tense and contradicts the subjunctive. Remember, if the subjunctions are written in positive sentence, then the facts are written in negative sentence and vice versa. Next is subjunctive would rather negative. In a negative sentence, would rather with a different subject or subjunctive, the negative form doesn't lie in would rather or would sooner. Consider the following example. For example, she would rather you didn't enter the class before 9 o'clock. This is the correct example. Not she wouldn't rather you enter the class before 9 o'clock. So, the negative verb or not lies after the second subject and doesn't lie in the would rather or would sooner as in the example above. Okay, next is subjunctive as if or as though. A clause that begins with as if or as though, which means as if it describes a situation that is not actually or something that is supposed to happen, but in fact it doesn't happen. The subjunctive is used in the form of present unreal wish, assumption about something that doesn't happen in the present, and past unreal wish, assumption about something that did not happen in the past. Jadi, as if or as though ini mengindikasikan sesuatu yang berlawanan dengan kenyataan atau pengandaian yang mirip dengan conditional sentence. Kata kerja yang mengikuti as if or as though harus dalam bentuk past tense atau past perfect. Dan ingat bahwa past tense dari be pada kalimat-kalimat pengandaian pasti selalu menggunakan to be were, tidak pernah menggunakan to be was. Subjunctive as if or as though, present unreal. We use this subjunctive to express expectations that are not possible in the present. Look at the following sentence patterns. Subject plus verb 1 plus as if or as though plus subject plus verb 2 or were. The pattern of the fact is subject plus do not or doesn't or is are not. For example, he says as if he understood the subject. In fact, he doesn't understand the subject. Or he probably doesn't understand the subject. Another example is, she acts as though she were rich. And the fact is, she is not rich. Same with the others. The subjunctive fact is expressed in the simple present tense and contradicts the subjunctive. If the subjunctive is written in a positive sentence, the fact actually written in a negative sentence and vice versa. To be in the subjunctive is only to be were. Remember, to be was is not used in conditional sentence. Okay, and the last one is subjunctive as if or as though, past unreal. We use this subjunctive to express expectation that did not happen in the past. Pay attention to the following sentence patterns. Subject plus verb 2 plus as if or as though plus subject plus had plus verb 3 or had plus been. And the pattern of the fact is subject plus did not plus verb 1 or was were not. For example, James looked pale as if he had seen a ghost, and the fact is James didn't see a ghost. Another example is she looked tired as though she had run 10 miles. In fact, she didn't run 10 miles. Same with the others. The subjunctive fact is written in the simple past tense and is the opposite of subjunctive. If the subjunctive is written in positive sentence, then the facts are written in negative sentence and vice versa. And wished is used when expectations have been stated in the past or simple past tense. Okay, maybe that's all I can explain about subjunctive
would rather, and as if or as though, more and less, please forgive. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you.